Did your faith experience happen before or after the death of your brother?
After.
Okay. Now, you and your wife went through probably a parent's worst nightmare.
Yes.
And talk about that experience.
Well, our youngest son, he was 22. He was going to Lake Tahoe to help a friend build a cabin. Now, his car was not, it was in the garage, so he took a ride with a friend, and this friend went to sleep, rolled the car over, and he was killed instantly. Now, talk about look, we'd only been Christians probably 4 years, and talk about a crushing experience. It took me probably 5 years to get over that. And I went through the normal anger, the denial, the guilt, the swearing at God. Why? You know, here's a kid who was just a young man who was just going and starting with his life. Yes, everybody kept telling me he was in God's house, and if I had a baseball bat, I think I would whack him over the head. Me, I wanted my son in my house.
Right.
I wanted him to be somebody that I could watch get married, have kids, grow up, go through all the problems of life, but you know, it's always there to be. And that's the hardest part for me. Death has always been the loss of love. It's just torn away from you. But anyway, it took us that time to get over it.
And how long ago was this?
That was about 1980.
Okay. And was it the knock on the door?
Yes, it was a knock on the door. He went Saturday night, we'll see you over the weekend, and Sunday morning, sorry, sir.
Yeah, I think every parent here just feels that.
Well, after I look at it back, you know, if I'm looking backward 30 years, the one thing that God has done with that is up to that time, I was a pretty closed person. At that point, his death showed me, a lot of people trying to help, that I could let other people into my life and that they would enrich my life.
Yeah.
And that's something that you have to learn, but that's not the way to learn it.
And one of the things that you and your wife have been involved in here has been our prayer team. So you have been in the lives of a lot of our folks every Sunday praying with them. Now, recently, you had some more news.
Yes. Recently, I was told I had cancer. I had pancreatic cancer, so they had an operation and it was removed, and everything looked good. And then suddenly it spread to my lungs. And given a choice, I would have said, no thanks, you know, forget it, I don't know. But I am so glad that I believe in Christ, that I have a foundation, because I have hope. You know, it's not going to defeat me. I don't know that I'll ever get rid of it, and I don't know that it's going to get me, but I don't care. I know that I'm still loved. It's not a punishment. It isn't anything like that. So that it's one of the things that I'm going to live through, that I'm going to see the new church grow up and stuff like this. Who knows, you know? All I know is that it isn't something to be afraid of. If you have grace, you have hope, you have love of Christ, so what?
Ed, thank you very much. Let's thank Ed for